Testing, testing. Okay, we should be all set. Hello everybody, welcome to Trinity Competitive Racing. This is the golden class at the Saudi Arabian GP. Should be a fun night of action. We have 16 people here tonight. Looks like we have D'Angelo putting up a time already in the 128s. Nico John puts up a 129. So this track is very interesting. 27 turns around this circuit, 3 DRS straights. If anybody caught the F1 race on Sunday, it was definitely interesting having back-to-back DRS straights. We are on board with Nico John right now, just finishing up his lap, as Bam Bam puts up a 130.7. So it should be interesting as to what the lap times are. Let's take a look at Dower putting up a 129.5. Looks like Mr. Joshua is on an outlap. He actually won the most recent race back at Singapore last week. And let's do a lap with him around this circuit right now, see what he can do. He's on those medium tires, so that's going to be interesting to watch. Heading down into turns 1 and 2, a very hard braking area of the track. It's definitely going to be interesting on the first lap, that's for sure. As he heads into turns 4, goes a little off the track right there. And that is definitely something to keep in mind tonight. Really, turns 4 through 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, that whole area of the track, it's very difficult to keep a rhythm through there, so definitely something to keep in mind for these drivers. Looks like we have Warrior coming out of the pits. He is the points leader after 6 races, and Williams, well actually he's going back in the pits. Williams has done good. He is leading the points right now with 72. 26 points ahead of TJ, who is out on track right now. Warriors teammate Nico John, P9 in standings, but combined they have 100 total points, 4 points over Ferrari right now, so they are doing a great job at this point in the season. I definitely love to see that. That's my favorite car. It's my car in the silver class. As Turkey Whacker puts up a 130.9, get the time on the board, and at this point in qualifying, really, that's what you got to do. Just get a lap in, make sure you don't crash the car, which is definitely a tough task here at Saudi Arabia. This track is very difficult, not just for what's going on the track, but you know, you might have to keep in mind, you know, missiles or any action outside of the racetrack. Definitely a interesting location for sure. Looks like Bam Bam has invalidated his lap time. Rockstar is on a flyer right now. Currently P4 on the charts, putting up a 129.4. It's a pretty good lap so far. Got Any Weeb, a 129.0, driving that Ferrari, which is 4 points behind the Williams. Second place in constructors points. And Got Any Weeb, P7 in the standings. He's been pretty consistent the last couple of races. He's gotten a podium finish. Austria came second. In Singapore he came third. So he's had a pretty solid outing so far this season, and based on his time right now, he's looking pretty good. Let's take a look at the tires people are putting on. It looks like most people are going for the soft tires, which does make sense. 16 people in the race, so not many people will start outside of the top 10. STX, however, has retired from the session, so it looks like he will be starting outside the top 10 for this race. So he'll probably want to put on some medium tires to start. Let's ride on board with TJ right here, see what he can do. Looks like he's conserving, so I don't think he is on a flyer. Ray Magic is actually up by 4/10, so this could be something to watch right here in the Red Bull. Ooh, he smacks the wall right there a little bit. That might hurt his time. Well, as we ride on board with him, let's take a look as he is in Sector 2 right now. Definitely a fast part of the track as D'Angelo improves his time, goes up to a 128.4. Weeb. So he's putting up a pretty good gap right now for that top spot. Back to Ray Magic. He lost a little bit in Sector 2, but still looking pretty good. He is up 3/10 on his time. Let's see what he can do. Rounds the final corner, turn 27. Hits DRS, crosses the finish line, and goes up to 5th, 129.5. So that puts him in a pretty good spot. Barely ahead of Didauer in P6 for the Alpine. So most drivers have put up a lap time so far. We have Sir Charles. He raced yesterday in silver, of course, last season's silver champion, and boy, that was a close call right there. Reminded me a little bit of Checo and Carlos Sainz on Sunday as he has crashed into the wall. So that looks like his lap will be over. Let's see if we can find somebody who is on a flyer right now. Oh man, is Charles still there on the track? As there's your points leader going up into P1. A 128 flat. That is a really good time for Warrior. We'll see if that stands. As, oh, fire up Flo. Let's see if we can find him on the track. Yeah, there he is. And that's definitely something to keep in mind tonight, is the incidents. Last night's silver race, actually pretty clean. We did not have many safety cars at all, but we will see what Golden Class provides tonight. Bam Bam up 3/10 now as he heads into the second DRS straight, turn 25. Heading into turn 27. See if he can get the good launch off the corner. Has DRS. He's in P9 right now, but he will go up to P5. And barely ahead of Rockstar, who is actually coming out on the mediums. That's very interesting. So he definitely has confidence that he can get a better lap time on those mediums. We'll come back to him when he gets to the finish line to start his lap. Bam Bam up 4/10 in his Mercedes. Let's see if we can get a full lap with him. He's just coming out of turn 10. Now turn 13 right here, you have to be really careful with the inside curbs. It's very easy to catch those curbs, and that'll just take the car right around. As he approaches turn 15 right there, the apex right there is so tight, right close to that inside wall. Definitely something to keep in mind as we have an incident with Rockstar. Let's see if we can catch him here. Let's see what happened. TJ looks to be going by him, and oh, that is a close spot on the track. That's out of the final corner, so it looks like he was possibly just going for every little bit that he can. Fortunately, he is out of the session, but he does have a pretty good time right now, so hopefully he will be in a good spot for the race, as Bam Bam will be coming into the pits. So for those watching, I do love predictions, so leave your predictions down below, because we are getting to the end of qualifying. We have 4 minutes left, and it looks like Got Any Weeb is very close to his previous first sector. He's about a 10th off, so he's going to need to push it a little bit here. Turn 13 gets a nice exit. Let's see what he can do in Sector 2. As I mentioned before, that apex very tough. You have to really not be afraid to go into the corner right there. That wall is very tight with these race cars, so definitely something to keep in mind. As he heads into turn 22, another tight apex as goes a little bit off track right there. It looks like his lap still stands. He's low on overtake too, so let's see what his time ends up being. Out of turn 27, we saw Rockstar crash a little bit earlier through here, and he is going to bail on that lap, so it looks like that lap was not going to improve. But speaking of improved, TJ, 128.1, he is about, I'd say, half a tenth off of Warrior. So McLaren looking pretty good right now, having a 2-3, and they are third in Constructors, so this could be a good day for them to gain on the Williams, but of course they have they have the Williams in first. Looks like TJ's taking a very tight line throughout the track, trying to get back around the racetrack. That's quite interesting. Let's see. Looks like Nico John out on an outlap right now. See what he can do. Like I said, Williams doing great so far in Constructors, and see what he can do once he starts his lap. Oh, and D'Angelo, his lap is not going well. He has spun. And it looks like that will be it for his qualifying. Still has a pretty good time, though, so I think he should probably maybe start in the top 5, depending on what other people do. But he's got a pretty solid lap, so I'm not too worried about him. TJ looks like his qualifying is over, so everybody coming out on track right now. You see all the outlaps shown on the left-hand side of your screen. And yeah, under 2 minutes left. This is it right here. If you're not on the racetrack, you might as well just sit in the garage and just watch everybody else have fun. Turkey Whacker. I gotta say, I love his name. Definitely a character. We'll see if he can improve. He might just, if he doesn't feel good about this next lap, say he's not improving that much, he could just bail on it, start on some mediums, and not risk starting 9th or 10th and having to put on softs. Let's take a look. Let's see who's on a lap. Looks like Ray Magic in Sector 2 right now. P8, he's pretty close to P6, only a couple hundredths off, and he is improving dramatically. He does have Math right in front of him, though, and Math is pulling aside. We'll see if Ray Magic can improve on his time. As of now, that would put him up into 6th, but Mr. Joshua is going to have a word at that. Last week's winner goes up into P6. Let's see if Ray Magic can match that. He goes up to 5th. So he does have something to say about that, and we are just about done with qualifying. Everybody except for TJ is on a lap right now. I don't know who to watch. Looks like we have Warrior, our current pole sitter and points leader. Let's see what he can do around this track. Goes a little wide right there. That's pretty common, as his qualifying is over. That's going to be an invalidation. This is somebody you want to keep in mind. D'Angelo actually did end up getting a lap going, and he is half a second up. Wow, so after spinning the car with a couple minutes left there, he was able to get back going and get to the finish line to start a lap, and he is... Man, this might be close to a pole. He might get P1 right here. Let's take a look. As he comes out of turn 27, he's going to have a little bit of slipstream from Turkey Whacker. This could be very beneficial for D'Angelo, who goes to the top of the charts, the first driver in the 127. So that that slipstream helped, but I'm really shocked he was able to get back out there and get a lap in. Got Any Weeb is up on his previous lap by about a tenth. Let's see if he can get maybe P4. P4, barely, by a couple hundredths over Bam Bam. So the Ferrari up into P4. Fire Up Flow is out of the session, so that will be good for Ferrari. But Math takes P4, goes up with a 128.4. See if anybody else is on a time. Magic is invalidated. Looks like Nico John is done. I believe that is it. So D'Angelo for the McLaren will be starting P1. Warrior P2. TJ starting P3, so McLaren, a great outing for them in qualifying. Math P4. Got Any Weave in P5. Bam Bam P6. Ray Magic P7. Nico John 8th. Mr. Joshua 9th. Rockstar rounds out the top 10 on those medium tires. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. It looked like everybody else here should put on the mediums. 11th through 16th, you got Dower, you have a Giggle, Fire Up Flow, Turkey Whacker, STX, and Sir Charles. They both did not put up a lap time. Alright, so it looks like we are starting up. Dower has a 5-place grid penalty. So that is gonna put him dead last. Yeah, so not a good start for the Alpine there. He's definitely gonna want to put on some mediums to start this race. And really, you know, we can talk all about strategy, but you know, as soon as we see a safety car in turn 1, I think we're gonna think otherwise about strategy and just throw everything at the kitchen sink, because this track, especially turn 1, is just, it's insane. It's so fast, lots of quick corners, you know, quick change, and I'm sure we will see at least one safety car tonight. I don't want to make any bets, but if I were a betting man, I would be betting on a safety car right now. That's for sure. Okay, so it is that time for predictions. I don't know who to go with for this race. I think we're going to wait for the formation lap before I make any decisions. But drop your predictions in the comments. Drop anything in the comments. Let's get this party started. So if you do like what you're seeing, we do have Platinum on Thursdays, so be sure to check that out tomorrow night. We'll be back here in Saudi Arabia. I will not be here, but somebody will be. And yeah, we have TCR action Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, every week. And next week we are in Yas Marina. Airplane crash incoming. That's quite interesting. So I just saw that comment. Alright. We'll wait for them to load up. It looks like the timer is counting down. Alright, we have our first prediction. Warrior bounces back for the W. That's a good prediction. He's starting on the front row right now. But I'm going to put in my predictions to start this race. Make sure we get this all set. Alright, I really like D'Angelo's pace. He put up a great lap in qualifying. I think he's going to take P1. That's just my theory. He did win at Imola, so he does have a win on the season, and he is 8th in the standings, but he has missed a couple of races, and there's been a couple of them that he didn't get points in, so I think he's quick. I think D'Angelo will pick the first spot. Who do I want to pick for second? I'm going to go with the Ferrari for second place. Wouldn't be the first time this week that a Ferrari finished second, but you know what? Got any weeb? He's a good driver. Starting up there in the top 5, he should be up there in the mix. He's been, like I said before, very consistent, putting up solid results the last couple of weeks. Especially, he's finished in the podium, so I think he will continue that streak. So D'Angelo P1, got any weeb P2, and I'm going to go with my former teammate. Nico John picks up a podium today. That would be huge for Williams in the constructor standings. That would help him out in the driver standings as well. He's back there at the end of the top 10, but I think he can work his way up to the front. He's a solid driver, so I think he will definitely have a chance. Mr. Joshua, someone to keep in mind too. He got the win last week in Singapore, so he should be definitely somebody to watch. But similar to Nico John, he's going to be at the back end of that top 10. Not ideal, but speaking of the order, looks like not everybody outside the top 10 took mediums. Turkey Whacker, Sir Charles, and Didauer all elected for the soft tire. So that's going to be an interesting strategy, but it does look like they are joining the grid, and we are about ready for chaos in Saudi Arabia for the Saudi Arabian GP for round 7 here in Golden Class. And they are loading onto the grid right now. And here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights. This is not a great camera angle, but we are off. Lights out and away we go from the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Looks like Warrior gets a great start in the Williams, and he is going to go up into P1. Great start for him. Both McLarens get off nicely, stay in the top 3. Looks like Got Any Weave holds P5. They are all in order. It looks like nobody has crashed off. The Red Bull going off the course a little bit right there. Ray Magic, but he keeps it clean for the most part. Bam Bam up into P7. Looks like Rockstar gained 4 spots off the start right there. So great start for Rockstar in that Aston Martin. As we go back up to the front of the grid, Warrior about 6/10 ahead of D'Angelo for that first spot. TJ in 3rd, Math in 4th. And this top 5 pulling away from the rest of the grid. Rockstar just outside that DRS 1 second gap. And you see he's already using that overtake, trying to get back in that 1 second gap. DRS definitely important here, as there are 3 DRS straights here in Saudi Arabia. Nico John right behind Ray Magic and Bam Bam. Ray Magic trying to get that 7th spot, making his move, not much room to maneuver. He's using all of his battery. He does make his move to the outside now, going into turn 27. Close racing right there. It looks like he backs out of it. And it looks like Bam Bam will keep that spot. So we are 1 lap in. I don't know how we didn't have any incidents, but McLaren's side by side going into turns 1 and 2. And D'Angelo has that spot, but TJ still fighting back as we have a yellow. And Nico John has crashed out. Oh, and he is right in the track. That is a close call. And it looks like he crashed right out of turn 3, and we have a safety car. So that's going to be a commentator's curse on my part. You know, I said, oh, we're doing great first lap was clean, and we have a safety car, so that's on me. That's also on me because I put him in my podium for my predictions, so that's my fault there, Nico John. So yeah, as I said at the top of the show, strategy is important, but when you get to this phase in the race with an early safety car, it's going to be interesting to see what people do. Let's see if anybody... Alpine might have damage. Yeah, Didauer, he's definitely going to want to come in and change that front wing. He has some significant contact there. You see a chunk of his wing is gone. Let's see if anybody else has damage. It looks like Fireflow is okay. Turkey Whacker off the course. He has a little bit of damage to the right front wing. And he's going to want to come in as well. Let's see, did Sir Charles get any damage? He's pretty far back right now. Don't think he did. But here is where things get interesting as Warrior is in to the pits. Math is into the pits. Let's see what they do. Medium tire. Definitely an interesting choice. Warrior goes on the hards, so he looks to be making it to the end of the Grand Prix. Yeah, I don't know. I think the mediums at this point, I think that's a little too far. A little too much to ask for at this point. That's definitely stretching it, but I've seen stranger things, so I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow pull that off. But bet on Warrior making it to the end of the race on those hard tires. So with that being said, Rockstar has made up 6 spots from the start of the race, so a great start from him in the Aston Martin. We look right behind them. You have any giggle on those medium tires. That is something to keep in mind right now. P7, great start for him. Fire up Flow as well, right behind him on those medium tires. We'll have to see what they can do. Chris in the chat is hoping for a McLaren duo. And right now they have started this race really well. 1-2 on the grid. And they're definitely doing a good job for McLaren. Unlike real life McLaren, they are not. Oof. Yeah, they are not having a good start to the season. So these guys are definitely representing well for the McLaren drivers. But speaking of teams that are doing well, Ferrari, they started off really well with Charles Leclerc. Carlos Sainz has had a good couple of races as well to start off the year, but Charles Leclerc especially is looking really good after the first couple of rounds. So, looking pretty familiar with having a Ferrari up here. I would say having a Mercedes up here, you know, is normal, but this season in Formula 1, Mercedes not looking like themselves, so this, in a way, is a good run for Mercedes, having Bam Bam up there in the top 5. Lewis Hamilton finished P10 on Sunday, so should be a good run for Bam Bam if he were to finish in this spot. So everybody has caught up, so I'm assuming we're going to go back to racing this lap, or at least I hope, but we can definitely assume that's going to happen. Looks like everybody has changed their front wings. You talk about tires. STX back here, the only one back here on the soft, so he is probably really going to want to have to make moves quick. Looks like we have a comment here on Twitch. I picked D'Angelo for the win. That's who I had for my winning spot, but I already commentator's curse Nico John. I put him in my podium, and that did not work out well for him. But the safety car will be coming in this lap. So we're going to go to TJ. We'll see what kind of pace he holds. Going about 100 miles an hour. Now he slows it down a little bit. Great view of the background here at Saudi Arabia. See turn 27, as it looks like he has picked up the pace. And we're back underway here in Saudi Arabia. He gets a great launch, about a second ahead of his teammate. And his teammate gets ahead of the Ferrari. So it looks like Fire Up Flow trying to make a move now, as Math is making a move on STX, and STX has that position. Let's see if he can do anything here. Trying to get by him for the spot. It is very close from about 5th down through 10th. Heading through turns 4 through 10. Very technical part of this track. A lot of good correction. Back out of the throttle. He is still there on Fire Up Flow, going into the inside in turn 13, right on those curves, and he does have the spot. STX is going for some. Remember, he's on those soft tires, so he's going to want to make some moves very quickly here. On Fire Up Flow. Looks like he gets a good exit. He's using that ERS. I don't think he's going to make a move here going into turn 22, though. Don't think he's... Oh, that was close. There may have been contact right there. And, oh, there is contact, and he is crashing in the wall. Goes the Alpine. And that brings out a yellow in Sector 3. So I said STX, you know, should be aggressive on those softs, but I think that's pushing it a little bit. As TJ puts up the fastest lap with those soft tires. It should be interesting as to how long those tires can go. 5 laps in on those tires, so it looks like he can go a little bit longer. Same with everybody else in the top 5. Man, the midfield is still really close right now. Warrior on those hard tires, going to try and go to the end of the race. Obviously, he's going to have a lot more work to do going up against these drivers with medium tires. See if he can do something, though, out of turn 10, 11, and 12. All 3 corners in that little bit right there. So we have Sir Charles making a move here by Didauer, so he's gotten into the top 10. Warrior just not close enough to get something to work. This part of the track, less ideal for passing situations compared to pretty much all of Sector 3, really. But let's see if he can get something done here on this next straight, and it does look like we have our first time penalty. So 3 seconds for Ray Magic. Ray Magic in that top 5 right now. And we will have to keep an eye on this battle. A great shot there. A great look at the action. Turkey Whacker going on Didauer. And there is DRS. That will change things dramatically. So we go back to Warrior. He's got the slipstream. He's going to the inside. Turns 1 and 2 very tight here on this track. Close racing, but he does have the spot. You having a Giga will have to stay in P7 for now. Didauer in to the pits, putting on some medium tires there. And we have another penalty, Turkey Whacker, with 3 seconds. So these penalties starting to come in pretty quick here. As Math is looking to make a move now on You Having a Giggle, who just got passed by Warrior, so he's looking to hang on here. His tires are a little bit older. He has 6 laps on those tires compared to 3 laps for Math. Let's see, as Fire Up Flow picks up a time penalty. Battle for second getting very close. Rockstar closing in. on Got Any Weeb. Rockstar has gained a ton of spots from the start of the race, and he's looking to get more, as this could be a great opportunity here for these guys. Got Any Weeb just going to wait for this straightaway here, as we saw on Sunday. That's what drivers were doing. They were definitely waiting for that front straight, as Math takes P7, but back up here for P2. Let's see what can happen. Got Any Weeb does make his move into turn 1. Ooh, close racing right there. Both fighting for that spot, and that's going to hurt Got Any Weeb here. That's going to slow him down. Rockstar is going to go for it. And wow, great move by Got Any Weeb right there. He didn't back out of it. He committed in the turn 4, and he keeps that spot. So he's looking pretty good right now in that podium spot, going for 3 straight podiums. Go back here to P11. Turkey Whacker with STX. That was a little too close for comfort. STX already has 1 incident on his record this race. I'm sure he didn't want to see that one happen. But he does have that spot. Back up here to Rockstar. He's looking to try again on Got Any Weeb. He almost had that move in the turn 3 after Got Any Weeb and D'Angelo made contact, but he's looking to try again. And You Having a Giggle is out of the session, so that is going to hurt his time. And take a look at the overhead view. Rockstar. Oh, is he? Oh, man. I think he's second-guessed it. I think that's what everybody's going to do. They're just going to wait for this straightaway right here to make the move. Looks like, wow, Got Any Weeb has very little ERS. He is definitely pushing it right now. Rockstar, however, he's got a lot more ERS to work with. Oh, late braking there. For Got Any Weeb, he keeps his nose clean. And meanwhile, this is allowing TJ to just pull away. Just a nice Sunday drive in Saudi Arabia. He's looking for a redemption. Last week, did not finish the race in Singapore, but he did win Austria, so he's been fast lately. So hopefully today he can get a good finish. As Rockstar looking for redemption, you notice Got Any Weeb, he's really using his overtake, and Rockstar has not used much, if any, of his, so he's staying patient right now. Let's see if he can do something here. In Sector 2, definitely a less ideal passing spot, so looks like we'll have to wait on that opportunity. Sir Charles is getting by You Having a Giggle, and You Having a Giggle probably going to go down the grid pretty quickly. As I mentioned before, he is not in the session, so he is going to drop like a rock. You see Fire Up Flow is going to get some. Charles up to P8 on those mediums. Ahead of him, Warrior on those hards. So he is looking really good right now to go to the end of the race and get a good finish. As Got Any Weeb, oh, Ray Magic into the pits, but he was speeding, so that is just disastrous for him. Puts on those mediums, looking to go to the end of the race, but he's going to have to work with now 8 seconds of penalties in total. Rockstar was able to get P3 from Got Any Weeb, so he is on a tear. We go to the positions here. Got Any Weeb now with a penalty. So Ray Magic with 8 seconds of penalties. He's gained 7 spots off the start. If I had to pick driver of the day right now, it would definitely be him. He's looking pretty sporty in that 3rd spot. Oh, Got Any Weeb, that was too close for comfort. Looks like that was out of turn 17 right there. And that wall creeps up on you. It's a very, very fast corner. It's very easy to just misjudge your exit there. Looks like he got a little too close for comfort to the wall. Rockstar still saving that ERS. You see, he has 80%. He's going to wait for his move. Looks like Rockstar going for another spot. And now he's using it, so this could be a great overtake. Oh, wow! that was definitely into the pit. So this is about when these soft tire drivers are going to pit for mediums. TJ and D'Angelo comes out behind STX. And he's got You Having a Giggle in front of him, but You Having a Giggle is ghosted, so he won't have to worry about him. But this could be interesting. STX is, I think he's known as a aggressive driver. Clean, but aggressive, so we'll see what he can do here. Maybe he'll try and hold him off. But D'Angelo going to have to get by him. Probably won't have to worry about Fire Up Flow. Fire Up Flow, I can imagine, is about to come in and pit for... well, actually, no, he's still on the mediums, and... yeah, so he might have to deal with him soon. So that could be interesting for him, as we notice the penalties are starting to stack up. Got any weeb. P10 right now, after pitting, he is about 2 seconds back from D'Angelo, so D'Angelo really increased his gap after those pit stops, and here comes the top two into the pits. So that will take care of all the soft tire drivers besides STX, but STX did not start with these soft tires. He put them on lap 5. And with that being said, this is where things get interesting. Warrior, P1 on the hards. So he's looking to go to the end of the race if we don't get a safety car. Oh, wow, that could have been that could have been really bad right there. Commentator's curse, I'm telling you. But he's P1 right now. Oh, and Math goes off the track right there, definitely getting sideways there, out of turn 10. And he's got fresher tires, or at least faster tires. Their tires are equal, 8 laps for both of them, but I'm sure Math is not going to hold back right here. He's going to try and do everything he can to get by Warrior. Oh, close to that wall right there, as I mentioned. Turn 15, definitely hard to hit your apex there. Got any weave going by You Having a Giggle for that spot, and this is where things get interesting. P5 through P8, all under a blanket. And STX on those older softs right here. Let's see if he can do something here with these other drivers. Rockstar, it looks like his teammate was able to get by. Obviously going to be lenient there. Man, it is close right here for P5. D'Angelo is going to go for it all. Looks like Rockstar is going to get by him. Oh, Fire Up Flow just lost 3 spots right there. Wow, but he is going to have DRS on the front straight, so this could actually be a blessing in disguise here. Let's see if he can do anything. Probably not, and he does not have much DRS, if any, at all. Rockstar going for the spot. The McLaren fighting back. McLaren is able to overtake Rockstar for that spot right there, as they were side by side. And man, it is so close between these guys, especially going through this section of the track. Really, turns 4 through 10, it's just all so tight, because you have this change in direction, and STX is taking track limits to its limit, picking up a penalty and track extending right there, and he is going to go for it all. He is not holding back. Wow. He put his hand up right there. I don't know if he has 2 working eyes, but I think he's the one that went a little bit wide right there and got into D'Angelo, and he's going to track extend, but D'Angelo will have that spot. STX, though, fighting back, using that overtake. Probably should wait until this next DRS straight to make a move right here. Let's see if he can do anything. He's definitely been aggressive these past couple of laps. So let's see. He does have older tires. Those softs are pretty much just about done, so he should definitely think about pitting, but he's going to think about making a move in turn 27. And yeah, he should just wait until the front straight, but looks like these guys aren't waiting here. TJ going to have that spot over Charles, and STX has the spot over D'Angelo. So D'Angelo here definitely getting held up by STX right here. STX is quick, but like I mentioned, he is on tires that are basically falling off a cliff, so Definitely something to keep in mind, especially when Rockstar is pulling away. He's got a clean track ahead of him, so this is definitely going to be interesting for D'Angelo. He's got a lot to work with right now. He's going to have to really hustle to get back to the front. You have a giggle still out of the session, so I'm surprised he's still... is he... No, he's still out of the session, so he's still in P11, but definitely disappointing for him to disconnect. Checking with penalties real quick. It looks like most people have 3 seconds, so the gaps at the end of the race probably won't be significant, but we'll have to keep that in mind as D'Angelo really needs to get a move on right here. And he is, oh, contact right there between D'Angelo and STX. STX contact right there, and yeah, it looks like he's just going to come into the pits right here. Will he? Yes, he will come into the pits, take care of those soft tires. Fastest laps, meanwhile, for Rockstar, and the Ferrari is going side by side, and You Having a Giggle is back in the lobby. So Got Any Weeb up in the P7. I think that was good teammate work right there. Fire Up Flow still on those medium tires that he started with, so he should probably, at this point, think about coming into the pits, putting on some softs to finish out the race. I don't want to say anything because I jinxed this before, but you know, we're looking pretty good to finish this race, possibly without a safety car. The gaps are pretty big right now. There's a couple of close battles right now, but it's not looking too hectic. So I think these guys on 14-lap mediums should probably come in at this point and put on some softs to finish out the race. But TJ looking pretty sporty right now. 2-lap medium tires, and he's about 6 seconds back of Warrior, who is probably going to go to the end of the race. Let's see what we have here. A yellow flag? No. Okay. Sounds good to me. Rockstar going on Sir Charles right here. Sir Charles, silver driver, but racing here tonight in Golden. Silver champion, actually. But Rockstar fighting back. They're side by side. He does have that DRS on Sir Charles, and he's going to get the position. So Rockstar P4 for now. We'll see if he can make any more progress up. And Didauer has a penalty, so that adds another 3 seconds to the drivers. Did he already have a penalty? He did, so that puts him at 6 seconds in total. Great angle out of turns 10, 11, and 12 right there for TJ. Let's take a look here as Fire Up Flow and You Having a Giggle into the pits. They are looking to finish the race, so they get off those mediums like I told them to do. You're welcome. And he's going to come out just ahead of Didauer, so he's looking to get away from him to make sure that Didauer does not get DRS, but he should be pretty good. He's on much faster, fresher tires, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. Bam Bam is in an interesting spot right now. He is the only one back here in the midfield without a penalty, and he is within 3 seconds of STX, who is within 3 seconds of Turkey Whacker, so that could be a couple of extra spots for Bam Bam if he can keep his nose clean for the rest of the race. And we have a virtual safety car. What has happened? I have no idea what that is for, but you know. Ooh, we should see if people come into the pits. Maybe Bam Bam comes in and takes some tires? Yep, Bam Bam is going to come in. It looks like Turkey Whacker is in, so this is a great opportunity for them to make a pit stop right here. They are going to gain a lot of time here on everybody else. They're put on those softs and get to the end of the race. I have no idea what that virtual safety car was for. That's quite interesting. If it was for nothing, let's just be thankful it wasn't a full course safety car, because that would have really shaken things up. And Turkey Whacker picks up a 3-second penalty. He just came out of the pits. Oh, and Bam Bam drive-through for speeding. They were both coming out of the pits, so that's interesting. It looks like we are back racing Warrior now. 5 seconds on Math, but TJ is going to take P2. So now TJ can just focus on Warrior if he can get ahead of Math right here. Math is going to have DRS. So let's see if he can get back at him. I think, yeah, he's way too far back. So TJ going to have his sights on Warrior, who is on much older and harder tires. So if this race can go green flag to the end, I think it's going to be close between these two drivers. And really, at this point, it's about not getting a penalty for both of these drivers. They both don't want a penalty. Interestingly enough, they are the top two in the standings right now. Warrior in P1, TJ in P2, 26 points apart. So if Warrior can gain some more points on TJ here and win the race, that would be huge. Looks like we have a yellow in Sector 2. That is an Alpine off. That is Math, and he has spun. He's looking to get back going here, and that is going to hurt his race. And he's on older mediums right now, so he should just think about coming in and getting off of those. I'm sure those tires are wrecked now after that spin. So as we go back up to the top three, TJ, wow, fastest lap. Take a look at Rockstar. He is really using his ERS, and before I noticed he was saving his, but now he is pushing his ERS. And Charles is right behind him, just outside of that 1 second gap, but he is on older tires, so don't think Rockstar has much to worry about right here. But man, TJ is quick. If you take a look at the interval, he is just eating away at that gap. So Warrior, you know, at this point, he might want a safety car. Obviously, you know, just keep driving, doing what you're doing, but TJ, at this point, he's going to catch him within the next few laps or so, because he is really closing in on Warrior on those 6-lap old tires. And you take a look, their ERS is about the same, as Fire Up Flow takes a point away from TJ, putting up a 130.6. Speaking of points, this is the battle for the last point spot right now. Having a Giggle is back in the lobby, and he is looking to get a point, which actually is not that bad considering he was out of the lobby for a good minute as he came close to hitting that wall coming out of turn 13. Going a little bit over the curves, and this is going to allow Turkey Whacker to close in. Turkey Whacker trying to whack him out of the way and get that 10th spot. Let's see if he can get the DRS right here. And Warrior picks up a penalty. Wow. So, like I said, but oh, did TJ hit the wall? Don't think he did. That is not ideal for Warrior at this point. He is less than 3 seconds ahead of TJ. I said before, you cannot get a penalty at this point in the race, and he did. Magic just got a penalty, so that really puts those guys in a tough spot. Turkey with DRS, he is going to think otherwise. He had me fooled for a second right there. But it looks like he's just going to have to wait. I want to check back in on TJ. He came close to hitting the wall. I don't think he did, but he is losing some time now to Warrior. He might have wing damage. I don't know. I can't really tell, but he is losing a lot of time, so Warrior could be okay. Even after that penalty, even being on hard tires, he could somehow still finish P1. Yeah, TJ losing a lot of time, so that could have been costly. Both drivers really making errors just about at the same time. TJ's error probably a little more significant at this point. He's losing a lot of time really quickly at this point in the race. Magic in P8 just picked up the penalty, but he is just outside of DRS. And STX in the pits. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. You know what? At this point, actually, that's not a bad call. He's got you having a giggle, which he might get him. This is going to be close, as there is actually a battle between you having a giggle and Turkey Whacker. Turkey Whacker into 10th, but STX right ahead of him in P9. Let's see if Turkey Whacker can at least make a move. Their tires are pretty close in wear, so this could be a great battle here for this 9th spot. You have 4 drivers under a blanket as Didauer picks up a penalty on 13-lap medium tires. Looks like at this point he's probably just going to take those to the end of the race. I don't see why not. Because it looks like we are not going to get a safety car. A Warrior is crossing the finish line to start lap 22 as D'Angelo P4 ahead of Charles, who has a penalty. So Charles really needs to get something going here. And he is not going to do anything there, so D'Angelo holds on to P4. Oh, yellow in sector 2. Is that fire up flow? Yes. Oh, and he's doing more damage to the car. He's going backwards. No, he's going forward. Yeah, sorry. He was going backwards for a second, but he's on the right path. Yeah, TJ, I'm telling you, I think he did get some wing damage there. A few laps ago, he has lost over 2 seconds to Warrior, and it looked like a great opportunity for him for just about a second. He saw Warrior get that penalty, but now it looks like it's not going to matter. This battle for P11 heating up. Turkey Whacker, STX, pretty far away from these guys, and that's on me. 3 seconds for him as fire up flow is out. It looks like he is retired in the pits. So not a good outing for him. Ferrari in general, not a great showing from them. Coming into this race, second in constructors, and with Warrior looking like he is going to win the race. That is not ideal for Ferrari at this point in the race. Having a giggle, hits the wall right there. That could be wing damage for him, but he's looking to at least get P11 out of this. Oh, yep, goes wide right there. But Didauer does have 9 seconds, so I think at this point, not really something to worry about for him. But that could be a good battle. He could actually get P10, because Turkey Whacker does have 9 seconds as STX fastest lap. 1:29.7, so he's looking to get an extra point on the race right there. So that was actually a good call coming in there and getting fresh tires and going for fastest lap. Looks like that is going to treat him nicely in the points. As take a look at Rockstar. Yeah, TJ losing lots of time right here. Rockstar possibly looking for P2. He has DRS right here. Can he make the move right now? He's going for it. Oh, he's waiting. Oh, Flashbacks of Sunday right here. Waiting for that opportunity, and TJ looks like he pulls aside. We have a yellow in Sector 2. That is... Let's see who that is real quick. Looks like that might be Turkey Whacker. And Rockstar has second place, so TJ, what could have been a win, hit the wall a little bit, and he is down to P3, and if he doesn't pick up the pace, he could be out of the podium, actually. At this point, he needs to not get a penalty, because D'Angelo is just about within 3 seconds. And look at this battle, close action for 7th place. Looks like Math has that spot. Ooh, yellow in Sector 3. I think that's Turkey Whacker again, and STX just adding to the fastest lap. Improves on his previous time, so he is flying right now. And he could pick up 8th place here if he gets a move. If he gets going, but he's also got a penalty, so I don't know if it's going to be enough time for him to get up there, but he is hauling. He is really moving. So it looks like this race is just about settled. Warrior is heading through Sector 3 right now, about to start the final lap of the Grand Prix. A great call for him to go onto the hard tires earlier in the race. He's been on them for 21 laps, but he is pulled away, and it looks like he's going to extend that gap in the point standings, and he's going to have at least a whole race length in points ahead of everybody else. So he's definitely got a lot of breathing room as Turkey Whacker is going for it all. Back in 13th. You Having a Giggle is going for it all. Oh, wow. Looks like there's some ghosting going on right there. Oh, and TJ picks up a penalty. Oh, and that he's down in P4 now. And wow. So what could have been for him, and now he's not even going to get a podium out of this. And at this point, he should just salvage a 4th. Just make sure he doesn't get another penalty. Stay ahead of Charles, but Charles is eating away at that gap very quickly. Let's go back to this battle real quick. I'm just noticing this action back here for 10th place. Might as well just take a look at this, see what they're doing here. We will cut back up to Warrior, who is off to a great start to this season. He has 2 victories on the air in Italy and Britain. He's going to add a 3rd win to his tally. He is going to extend that points gap, and he will win the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. A great points day in both drivers and constructors. Rockstar, a great day for him. My vote for driver of the day. After starting towards the back, D'Angelo P3, a great rebound for him. TJ in P4. Sir Charles P5. Got any Weeb in P6. It looks like we have a last corner battle for P7. Who's it going to be at the finish? Looks like Math got him there on track. That is a great finish right there. Between P7 and P8. It's good to see 25 laps come down to a couple of inches as STX 9th place, but he does get an extra point with the fastest lap. So a good outing from him to get some extra bonus points. Looks like Bam Bam is going to cross the line with no penalties, so he will pick up the last point spot. Daidower in P11. Let's see if that stands. We will check afterwards. Oh, Sir Charles, driver of the day. Okay. He did start at the back, the very back. So that does explain that. I'll still give my vote to Rockstar, though, who finished second after starting 10th. He did qualify on the tires that he started with, so which makes it even more impressive. Yeah, so Magic, he actually had he had a lot of penalties, but that was still a great finish between these two drivers. A photo finish. But Math did get the position on track anyway, so it doesn't matter. But let's see. It looks like, did I pick Warrior in my podium? I think I did. Maybe. So I think I at least got that prediction right. But we will go and invite those guys into the stream party, see what they have to say. And then we will finish this thing up. So we will get them in the party right now. Let's see if we can do that. So we will get the podium in, and then we will start with the interviews. So, Rockstar or Warrior, do you have, either of you have D'Angelo added?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't either.
Alright. Get him in, and then we should be good to go. Alright, so we will wait for him, but let's start off with Warrior, who picks up his third win on the year, and a great call with those hard tires. You were on them for a long time, but just take me through just that process and whether or not you felt like you had enough to hold everybody off on those tires.
Well, it was a hard decision, but I think it was the wrong decision because the tires were so slippery. By the last 20 or something, the sector 1 it was so hard to go, but sad for TJ that got some damage, one mistake here and he's mortal. So definitely, yeah, but finally I can get another win and happy for that. Congrats for the podium.
Yeah, absolutely. I did notice, so TJ looked like he hit the wall there, maybe got a little bit of wing damage, and that hurt his progress. It was actually right when you got your penalty, so it was quite convenient in a way. But no, great drive, man. Your season has been great so far, and yeah, congrats on the win.
Yeah, it was pretty look. But yeah, another win. I was on a back straight of DNF, bad positions, but yeah, finally another win.
Absolutely. So let's move on to P2, which is Rockstar. A great day for you, considering that you started down in P10 on the medium tires. Just take me through what it was like, just kind of working your way up through the grid.
Yeah, well, quali didn't go the way I planned originally because I went out on those softs and I actually put in like 25 laps of fuel in, so I was doing race practice because I hadn't really done much. So, and then my strategy was going to go on the mediums and then do a hot lap on those. But then, starting my lap, I don't know who it was, but they were literally just parked on the exit on the start-finish straight. So I just couldn't even. I tried to miss him and then hit him and DNF. So that started me in 10th. On those tires, and then was just trying to recover from there, and wasn't really expecting much, but just kept it clean and tried not to make any mistakes and try not to get any penalties. And yeah, I was debating whether to pit under that VSC, but I knew the guys that did pit would have much older tires, so I just kind of wanted to extend and have fresher tires towards the end. And I guess I got a bit lucky with a few people. I think, yeah, TJ unfortunately got damaged, and I think there was another person that spun or something but in front of me. But yeah, overall, considering my luck so far this season, this league has been pretty happy with P2. And yeah, congrats to Warriors and D'Angelo as well on the podium.
Yeah, absolutely. This run is huge for you. That's definitely going to put you up there in the standings for sure. So yeah, man, congrats on a P2 and awesome race.
Appreciate it.
All right, so now we are on to P3, D'Angelo. A great run for you. Just take me through that race there. You got some positions there at the end. You were able to get by TJ. Just talk about the last few laps there and how you were able to get that podium spot.
Yeah, basically the run to the podium was that I found I had enough tire life basically to push the best I can with those last laps, trying to maybe force a mistake from the top guys, trying to get up maybe even to P2, but I just didn't have the straight line speed, which happened earlier in the race when Rockstar was he just blew past me, and then I kept having to defend, and that ruined my tire life a little bit, and then ended up making a mistake. But the last few laps, yeah, I was just pushing all the way to the end and just trying to got fourth, and then I was like, I saw the timings coming down on TJ, and I'm like, yeah, I can get a podium here because it looks like he's struggling a little bit. Even though we didn't do what we probably set out to do today, but still third and fourth, great finish for McLaren, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, absolutely, and that will be huge for you guys in constructors because Ferrari did not have a great day in constructors, so you guys should probably be pretty close to them actually for second in constructors, so that could be huge for you. But yeah, I mean, for you in driver's points, that's going to help you out as well. But yeah, man, great job on a P3, and congrats on the podium.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So yeah, guys, that should be it from me. My voice is shot, so I am glad that we are done. But it's been a good race. Make sure to check out Platinum tomorrow night here in Saudi Arabia, and we'll be back next week in Yas Marina for all 3 tiers. You can catch me in the silver class on Tuesday. But yeah, that will do it, and see you guys tomorrow for. My voice is shot, so I am glad that we are done. But it's been a good race. Make sure to check out Platinum tomorrow night here in Saudi Arabia, and we'll be back next week in Yas Marina for all 3 tiers. You can catch me in the silver class on Tuesday. But yeah, that will do it, and see you guys tomorrow for Platinum.